Hi guys, I thought I'd make another wee video today, so I'm just going to sit down and have a wee talk with you guys. And I'm going to be talking about, as you can probably guess from the title below, 5 tips on how to deal with negative or nasty, cruel people. And this is just basically something I think we'll all deal with on a daily, day-to-day basis, or like you'll at least have dealt with before or deal with in your lifetime. But this is just 5 tips that I find are really, really useful for dealing with people who are nasty, cruel, or horrible. But before I begin, just remember to click subscribe so that you can see more daily videos from me, and to like this and share, and anything else that's nice. You can leave a comment too if you've got any of your own experiences or tips to share with us all. That would be great. So, much ado, time to go. Tip number 1 that I think is always a good thing to remember, especially if people are giving you hassle or trying to pull you down, is that they are people themselves. So, stooping to their level is nothing you should ever do. Like, if someone's being horrible and cruel and shouting at you and giving you names or abuse or making you first, you're not going to feel any better yourself by giving that back. Like, I would never advise anyone to be violent, like, with another human being, unless it was a last resort sort of thing. Like, if that person's hitting you and going for it, then by all means, like, enjoy yourself. But, like, until that moment, you do not need to involve yourself in any physicalness or mental. Don't even entertain them, right? If someone's giving you abuse, just ignore it flat out and be like, that person has their own stuff to deal with. Like, that's what I mean. That person as well has their own stuff to deal with, so just ignore it flat out. Tip number 2 is don't let a person's opinion of you affect you on who you are. Like, for instance, like, what's that thing when you're about to say a swear word, so before you say it, so you can, like, close your eyes or cover your children. Yeah. Basically, take for an example, a girl who's told everybody in your school that you're a fat slut. Don't let that affect you. If you know you're not a fat slut, then that shouldn't affect you. Like, the people who care about you and the people that love you should know that that's not who you are, and you yourself should know that's not who you are, so it shouldn't affect your judgment on yourself. So, for instance, just don't let it bother you. I go back to rule number 1 of just ignore it and get it flat out. So yeah, just don't let their judgment on you affect what you think you are yourself. Tip number 3, if someone says you can't do something, do it. And I don't mean like in dangerous things. If someone says you can't jump off a cliff, don't jump off that cliff. Don't stay right there. But like, if someone's turning around and telling you that one of your life goals, dreams, ambitions, or blah 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 is unachievable for someone like you, laugh at them. Just laugh. Because you know something, you can do it. Like, I got told 2 years ago that I would never in my lifetime ever be able to cut hair or style hair or colour hair or actually get anywhere within industry. And I now have a part-time job and I'm working in college, and basically I got told that hairdressing wasn't a career that was suitable for me and that no one would take me seriously because of who I was. And now look at where I am. You're better in life when someone says you can't do something to prove them wrong rather than restricting yourself because they've said that. The only restriction in your life should be yourself, and even at that, sometimes you've got to get past yourself to move on. Like, don't let others hold you back. Don't let yourself hold you back. If you think something is the best option for you, take it. Tip number 4, negativity only affects you if you let it. Like, I know it's all well and good saying ignore it, and sometimes that can be hard to ignore it, and sometimes it can even be harder to just take what I'm saying quite, like, there. Like, take it with a wee bit of pinch of salt and add your own-ness to it. But remember that it can only affect you if you let it affect you. Like, for instance, if someone's sitting giving you grief and giving you hassle, you're only going to feel affected if you are affected by it. It sounds like a really insane concept, but try and grasp where I'm coming from. That if their words, if you know yourself so well to know that what they're saying is false, then it shouldn't matter what they say about you and who you are as a person. So you should just listen to what people who love you and care about you and support you are saying, and just ignore what all the bad people are saying, because at the end of the day, they won't matter. And tip number 5, my last tip, you're not always going to be with them. That's my biggest tip as well, is you're not always going to be there and they're not always going to be there, and you will be doing different things. I know it might seem hard now if you're watching this and you're still in high school, you're still in a job that you've done for ages, or you're in, like, for instance, it's even worse if it's a family member who's the one that's putting you down. But that's the thing with it, is that you can get over it, and they won't always be there. If you're in high school, you will move on, and people will get jobs and go away, and nobody will see each other again. I'm sorry to say it, but like, I left high school 3 years ago, and I see people who I was in high school with, like, maybe once a month, like, is in the street, and I never speak to them. Like, and the people that I do still speak to is like friends that I had, so really, really good friends, but it's nothing more than briefness. Everybody moves on, and everybody like grows old and gets on with their own stuff, and that's that. So like, you're going to move on with your life, and that negativity that once affected you, it shouldn't affect you any longer, because there's no one there to give it to you. So just start fresh and move on. If it's family, it's a bit more of a difficult situation, but just remember that you don't, like, family isn't whose blood you have in you, it's who cares for you, supports you, and nurtures you, and helps you grow and develop as a person. Just because somebody raised you and birthed you doesn't give them the right to become your family. If they're just genuinely, like, if they do love you and stuff, and they're just being mean and stuff, try have a talk with them. Try have a heart to heart, and just say, listen, you actually don't know how much this is affecting me. Could you maybe just lay it off? Or maybe just take it with a bit of lightheartedness and not care about it, because at the end of the day, it's family, and they're not always going to be there. And the thing is, you will move out, and you will get your own house and stuff like that, so you're not always going to see them as well. So you get that as well. But if they are at the point where, as I said before, that, you know, they're horrible in such a nasty, mean, negative way that's affecting you and your lifestyle, then just be happy knowing that you get to choose your family, not the other way around. You get to choose your friends, you get to choose your family, and that's the people who love and nurture and support you. So that was my 5 tips, guys, for dealing with negative, annoying people. Just remember that you're a strong individual, and you can do exactly what you say you can do. The only restriction you have on your life is yourself, and you should never let that affect you. Judgment is only as good as you'll make it yourself. Like, never let what someone else says stop you from achieving your dreams and goals. Aspire to be the best you that you think you can be. Like, if someone says to you to do something because it will make you a better person, then yes, consider it by all means. But do what you want to do to nurture your life and fuel yourself. So, with that being said, guys, I hope that you all took something really good out of my video, and thanks for watching. I hope you have a good night, and I'll be back on Saturday to do another video. I'm thinking on doing my 5 most favourite hair care, 5 hair care must-haves. So if you are interested in that, give me a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you on Saturday. So, bye guys.